nobody's going to get that call. And we
Hmm.
know as tradesmen and any business person in this time of season, the minute you don't answer that phone, the other client is on the phone with someone else. The minute you miss that call, you try to call them back, they don't answer, they're on the phone calling someone else.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a do it now kind of a business, isn't it? It's not a.
Yes, it's getting to that. Well, it already done got to that point because people changed their mind. Now people are getting quotes from three or four different, probably five or six different companies. That's just the nature of the business. There's nothing wrong with that. People are trying to save money, but being more proactive and having other. I see people are offering services for like answering service, AI service, anything to keep that phone ringing while you're not there is a plus for me.
Mhm.
So I'm more of pivoting to. I built the brand. Of course, I had the name affordable, so it attract all type of clients, good
Mhm.
or bad. I'm right at 200 5-star reviews, so I'm in the midst of. I built the platform. Now it's time to change the name, up the price, and still bring value to the business.
Please welcome America's service sales coach, Joe Crisara.
Welcome to the Service MVP Podcast, the show that helps home service professionals master high-value sales, build stronger client relationships, and grow their business like never before. Join industry experts as they share real strategies that drive results. If you're ready to level up your service game, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
It's the Service MVP Podcast.
Thank you for listening and watching the Service MVP podcast. I want to give you a copy of my free book. Just click on the link below in the description and one will be sent to you from me personally. Thank you so much for listening.
Welcome to the Service MVP podcast. My name is Joe Crisara, America's service sales coach. We have a very special guest with me today, somebody I'm really interested in learning more about. His name is Willie Ward, and he runs a Facebook group called HVAC is Life, and also runs a whole HVAC company on top of all that, and even runs a family. He runs a household. Willie, welcome to our show. How you doing there today?
Welcome, my brother. Welcome, my brother.
Well, he runs Affordable Pro Heating and Air Conditioning, Heating and Cooling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For
That's
right
right.
now, until I change that name.
You never know. You might
Yeah.
rebrand it. With you never know when enough money comes your way, you can rebrand and
Yes,
take
sir.
take it
Yes,
to the
sir.
next level.
Yes,
Willie,
sir.
let's go ahead and just tell people a little bit about you. I know you burst onto the scene a couple of years ago. I met you probably you've been doing this for a while, but I've noticed you came across my radar maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. I think you're always kind of in the background. You kind of start coming more to the front foreground. Tell me a little bit about your background.
I'm 33 right now. I've been doing HVAC for maybe about 12 years now,
Hmm.
and I've been self-employed since I'll probably say since 2020 when I finally got serious and went and go ahead and did my LLC, did the paperwork, did my test and everything else with my company. And as far as did my Google, my social media platform, Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and really got serious with it. Now, and as far as the content, I really got serious with maybe about a few years ago, and
Hmm.
that's how me and you met when I started making little funny videos, bringing some humor into HVAC because everybody know when you're in HVAC, it seems like so uptight and serious because it is serious now. Like HVAC, any trade is really serious, but sometimes it's good to have some little bit of fun every now and then while you are on the clock or off the clock and stuff like that, and make the day go by a little bit smoother. Especially,
If you can't
yeah.
laugh while you're doing HVAC, then get out. That's what that's how
Yes,
we say.
yes,
It's like
yes, yes,
if it, if
yes,
it,
yes.
if it wasn't for any of the fun stuff, I mean, it wouldn't be worth doing at all for sure. No
Now,
doubt.
don't get me wrong. It's a time to turn it on and off. When it's time to perform, that's out the window. But when it's
Yeah,
time to play around and joke, we could joke after the job is done and it's work, and we could go ahead and laugh.
that's
Yeah,
true. That's true. That's true.
yeah,
I think we're deadly serious when we're in somebody's backyard looking at that
yes,
thing,
yes, because it's
or in
serious.
that
Time to
basement or
perform.
whatever.
Yeah, you don't
Uh,
want nobody to be laughing and the work not done.
Now, I do remember when you said this. Now that you mentioned it, I do remember when you first got started. I think I saw you in a Facebook group is kind of meandering. I think you mentioned that, hey, I'm just starting my business, and appreciate any help you can give me. You were very humble in the very beginning when I first met, and like, oh, I think people were like, oh, that's cool, and I think you did get a lot of it. But tell us about the kind of help you received online from people, and what was if you're giving somebody else advice to start up, what are some of the mistakes that you made that you think people could avoid, and what are some of the things that you learned as a result from being humble enough to ask people for help?
I would say my biggest advice for people that really want to grow, whether you're growing fast or organically, I would probably say with getting around, surrounding yourself around people that's either where you're at in life or a little bit further that's willing to communicate with you. Um, by the grace of God, I had a mentor who was older. I will call him anytime I have situation. It's like a lifeline. Having someone that's in the same field as you and that's more ahead of you or older that could give you experience of what you're going through that they've been through it's like magic. It's like a key to a door, and the other side of the door is success. So
Mm,
having someone in place that you could call, because there've been times when I first started, maybe me and the client had a disagreement, and now I'm feeling, because when you pitch a pat, like I made a post today, I said my goal for 2026 was to work on how I react to things that don't go my way in this business, instead of taking it so personal, because I'm so passionate about what I do. And if anybody know, if you're really passionate about it, when things don't go your way, it shows in your reaction, how you talk, and how you deliver the message. So that's one of my big things as far as how I deliver the message, even when I'm going through something that's not going my way. But yeah, that was big on me having a mentor. And as far as Facebook, it just came into circle. I found a few guys that had company that's willing to talk to me. I make a post here and there. Anything I post on Facebook, I pretty much got an answer for it. I could post anything and somebody's going to answer that question that's experienced in that field. So it's definitely helpful to have a community. And the page HVAC is Life is why I made it, to have an open line for anybody that want to have an answer question, even if it's stupid. They may laugh at you a little bit, won't go overboard, but they will answer your question. So that was the main reason why I made that page for a community.
well, definitely, it does. I see a lot of people in there who are posting and looking for help. Or myself, I try to, whenever I can get around to it, I try to volunteer as much information as I possibly can to give people any kind of tips that I can give them. But tell me, you know, how has your heating and air conditioning business progressed since 2020? Can you give us a little bit of a thumbnail as to what that has, how you've
It
grown
it
that
it, it it
thing?
has progress. First I was just a one man show. I do all the work. I had hired like a helper with me before, but now I have two full time workers now. So now I don't have to catch all the calls. First it was me. I was doing the answering the phone.
Doing
I was doing the
everything.
dispatching, service tech, install. I was doing everything. I had wore multiple hats. So now I'm at the point where I don't have to go to work. I have people that could do it for me. I pay them real good. And I'm more on the stage of teaching right now, teaching and be able to get the calls that come in. Because if I'm under the house and it's a bad service area and I have no signal, nobody's going to get that call. And we
Hmm.
know as tradesmen and any business person in this time of season, the minute you don't answer that phone, the other client is on the phone with someone else. The minute you miss that call, you try to call them back, they don't answer, they're on the phone calling someone else.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a do it now kind of a business, isn't it? It's not a,
Yes, it's getting to that. Well, it already done got to that point because people change their mind. Now people are getting quotes from three or four different, probably five or six different companies. That's just the nature of the business. There's nothing wrong with that. People are trying to save money, but being more proactive and having others. I see people are offering services for like answering service, AI service, anything to keep that phone ringing while you're not there is a plus for me.
Mhm.
So I'm more of pivoting to, I built the brand. Of course, I had the name affordable, so it attract all type of clients, good
Hmm.
or bad. I'm right at 200 5-star reviews, so I'm in the midst of. I built the platform. Now it's time to change the name, up the price, and still bring value to the business.
I want everybody to come to the next Total Immersion, the life-changing event where you increase your sales and your personal growth. What should we do? That's good. So tell us about that. Tell us about what have you learned about, if you can explain where you started and where you are now compared to what you thought would create more value to get jobs, and where are you now? Like back in 2020 when you first started out,
Yeah,
I thought this, but now I realize this. Can you fill in those blanks?
I got a good one for you. I thought helping people and taking something off the price would help me. I got jobs, I stayed busy, but there was no money in the bank account by the time the year end. When you have your peak season and you have your slow season. I was doing jobs back to back, but the bank account was not adding up to what it was. So
Hmm.
now I'm at the point where it's like I can't help it. I have a good heart, but good heart don't pay the bills. I can't go to my mortgage people say, "Hey, I got a good heart. Here, this the mortgage." I can't do that. So now I'm
Hmm.
at the point where like I already built the brand, I built the system. Go ahead and dial in increase the price. And when you increase the price, your quality should go up. Your customer service should go up with the price. You can't go up in price and your quality is like this and your service is down. You have to add something to it. So it's like a pro bono for everybody to buy in to the program that you're offering. So that's where I'm at right now. That's my goal coming into 2026 to switch it all the way around and stop running like a one-man show.
Yeah, there's a reality that sets in. First, I think we all have this intention, like I'm going to show people how to serve other people, and because I'm going to show what's in my heart. Like you said, showing what's in your heart doesn't always mean it's going to make your wallet fatter.
It
It's like
sure don't. It sure
that's one
don't.
of the problems. There's a problem. If only good intentions, if only service itself would just sell itself, right? And
Yes.
I think in a way it does. Tell us about what you learned about just now you have people working for you. Tell us about that step. And I want to get into the HVAC's life too, but just want to get this part first to kind of see where do you. I think this is a great way to establish like who's this guy starting a whole group like what this type of thing here. But you've all these lessons learned kind of equal the fact that I'm going to make this into a group and things like that, right? Tell us
Yes,
what
sir.
you learned about having people work for you instead of you doing all the work yourself. What's the difference there?
Um, Basically, it start with trust. It was really a trust issue, something that you build. It's like a baby, like someone that has a newborn baby. And then you have to go back to work after a year or two. Now you have to trust someone to watch over your baby. It's the
Mm,
same way for a business. Can I trust this person who rep? Because when people look at workers, they don't look at the workers, they look at you, the owner,
mm,
what the workers do, because your workers represent the ownership. So it was more of through the years when I was alone, it was me getting my system in place. Okay, I'm gonna be on time. Okay, I'm a dress clean. Okay, I'm gonna have communication. Okay, I'm gonna tell the client what is this. Kind of like the whole system turnkey for a service call install. I did that within myself. So when
hmm
my workers came, it was like I was already expecting this. I was already expecting you to dress clean. I was already expecting you to be on time, communicate, all the above because I was doing it myself. How can I want something for a worker if I'm not doing it myself? And I think that's where a lot of business fail at. The boss doesn't even do what the work to tell the workers what to do, and
No,
he
no,
don't do
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
himself. So the
yeah.
people look at them like, why should I do it if you're not doing it? That was one of my biggest pet peeves
Mm.
as far as being transparent.
So you learn lessons of leadership that if I'm going to expect people to be professional and communicate the way I would. I got to start raising my game
Yep.
to make sure I'm giving them something to live up to. Is that what you say? It's fair to say
Yeah,
that?
exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. And then obviously, I think you look like you're a stickler for the work, based on what I see some of the posts and stuff like that, a stickler for the workmanship and things like that, and doing things right that way too. So tell me, how much time do you put into training those people who are working for you? And have you realized that you're really a training company more than an HVAC company now?
Yes, well, we live in a technology world, so like sometimes I get on a like I don't have to be around all the time to be
Yeah,
like over your shoulders
you
all
can
the time.
assign them stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I could FaceTime him, show him videos, use Chat GPT sometimes, or he'll just get on the phone and I might be in the office just uh following up on calls. I get in my earbuds and say, hey, do this, check XYZ, do this, do that. And I don't mind doing that since they fresh. So and usually I tell a technician, base your skills within a year. Within
Hmm.
12 months, you should look back at everything you did prior to you starting and you should see progress. If you don't see progress, then you need to start those steps back over until you can get to the next step. But there are a
Interesting.
lot of people out there that have been doing HVAC for years and they haven't been really testing themselves or doing a real progress report of how they're growing in the field. And I think
Hmm.
that's really important because you could get stagnant on a job by just doing this, turning this, and doing that, and then you don't know nothing. So yeah, that's been more important as far as FaceTiming him and then just talking, communicating with each other. And like I just this morning he was doing a HVAC maintenance, did a quick Chat GPT step-by-step tutorial on what to check, sent it to him, and I said, if you have any questions, call me. It's
Hmm.
just that simple. Some people don't do it because they most kids I see getting out of school, they say their boss expect them to do everything. I like, well, how you they expect you to do everything if you're new in the field? Just a simple or a service manager could send out a text message or have some template to help these people that's going into the field. Because if you help them, then they'll help you back with having good reviews and no turnovers, callbacks on the call.
Well, I mean, starting a business like that and hiring employees is scary, and then getting them to communicate like you and try to uphold the standard. That seems like it's a full plate as it is right there.
That sure is.
When did you say, you know what, what I should do on top of that is start a whole HVAC community on Facebook? When did you, that's not enough. I got to do this too. When I first saw it, I'm like, okay, I'll jump in. I mean, like,
Yeah,
I think I was one of the original people. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I think I
yeah.
joined in the first 10 or whatever I was, and I'm like, oh, he's got like 20 people, and oh, he's got like 50 people, and like, holy shit, he's got 11,000 people.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I remember when you started the group, and I was in there. I'm like, oh, what the hell? I'll give some people,
Yeah.
some advice and things like that. But man, it was you really come a long way with that. What was the inspiration behind that?
Um, I would get, I would probably say about 50 to 100 DMs a month of kids asking questions. When I started making more content on my day to day, like my technical, before I got into the real funny AI stuff and stuff like that, beyond that, I was starting with, I had brought these right here actually. I brought these Meta Ray Bans, so
Hmm.
I will record my calls and stuff.
Nice.
Because I have two pairs, so I can record an entire call. So
Mm.
I will post my technical stuff on all my platforms, and then I will get questions from people wanting to get an HVAC, or they have a situation at a job, they don't really like the job, and they want to see alternative options. So I say, well, and then one of my biggest things, I was on a HVAC page. This is funny. I was on another HVAC page, HVAC for life,
Mm.
and I think I made a post, and it was a lot of negative stuff on the post. And I went to the owner of the page. I asked him like, "Is that are you fine with how the people? He can't control them because he got a lot of people on the page, but."
Yeah, yeah.
Then I was like, man, okay, well, if this page is so negative, you call HVAC for life, I'm gonna call my HVAC is life. And I
Hmm.
went with that with because HVAC is life to me. I've been doing HVAC for so long, I haven't did anything else but HVAC. And that was just what it came about. HVAC is life, man. That just, and that
I
that's what
mean, and it's a really active community too. A lot of great posts up there about both technical things and just life things, and and don't forget the funny videos that you're generating. I assume you're generating those with the Google with the Gemini or whatever. I'm not sure what you're
it's
generating.
Google
Yeah, yeah,
VO3.
that's right. Yeah,
It's
VO. That's
multiple
right.
ones, but I know actually what's the name is coming out with another one. Chat GPT has a new version that's coming
Crisara.
out September 30th. It's Sora 2. They
Yeah, yeah.
got one, now they're coming out with two now. I think some people have it now, but you need the invitational code to have it, but it comes fully out completely October, no, November, no, October 28th is when it finally drops on the app.
I get it. I get it. Well, yeah. I mean, so those are honestly, I start scrolling those and I can't stop. Honestly, I get locked into them, and it's like if they're just long enough to be like, I want to see the next one because it always
Yeah.
it ends like awkwardly abrupt, like
Yeah.
it's like wait a second, what's the next one? Because I got it
Yeah.
again. Well, what gave you the idea to do that?
Just my humor of things I've been through. Like I had, like when I was doing the videos, I had a company across from where I stay at. I showed them the video that was at work. They all was laughing and cracking up before they went into the attic.
Hmm.
It's just no, I feel like I'm the voice for people who can't speak, especially if you're a worker. You can't say the stuff that I say online because your boss will see that and will fire you immediately. So it feel like I always voiced my opinion, everything I did in life. I'm real passionate about myself and I'm confident in myself and who I am. So I just voice myself and it's just stuff that I've been through. I look back at it. I say, when I seen that AI stuff, I say, well, let me go ahead and do it in HVAC because that's what I'm familiar with. I could do other stuff, but let me do what I'm familiar with and I'm already doing. So I said, let me do a couple of videos that are stuff that I experienced or seen or heard. And it just went viral. Next thing I know, I'm getting millions of views on Facebook from just posting content about stuff I experienced. And
It's
it just,
crazy.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy how much stuff that people, but it's good because I think it gives people what they need. It's sort of like that. You know what? This is the everybody's going through this. It's like the scripts that you have or what you're feeding into it
It's just
are so
relatable. Yes.
like no matter what generation. Like I've been around for 48 years in this
Yeah.
business creation, and I'm like, dude, that I could have done that one like in third year, like 45 years ago. They were still having that same funny shit that would happen there. So it was.
Yeah.
It's timeless, honestly. That's the part that's so cool about it is that these videos could be now, they could be 20 years from now, because I think you're
Yeah.
always going to have the same
Same
people,
experience. Yeah.
you know, the people, funny things that people do. I think it would be there. It really comes down to it. So I remember when I was first starting out online, I wound up getting myself not in trouble, but kind of like I learned some lessons there
Yeah.
about the etiquette of being. I was kind of a loose cannon.
Yeah.
It was like I'm like I thought I was shouting into the void like nobody was watching, but then
Yeah.
I realized, holy shit, they coming back to me on it. I got some blowback. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
What have you learned? Because I noticed that your demeanor has changed from extremely like I'm just trying to figure this shit out to like, all right, I think I figured it out, and then all of a sudden I noticed like now it's like a little bit more of a maturity. Or I see in the 5 years since I met you a kind of a maturity to your approach online. More
Yeah.
of a caretaker or more of a little more responsibility, I would say, compared to what I first witnessed, or maybe somewhere in the mid range. When you first got here, it was all like, just I'm just happy to be here. Then
Yeah.
it was like a little bit awkward, and then moving on to where you're at now. Tell us about that part of it. What can somebody who's getting online into these groups learn about the etiquette of being online and presenting yourself online? What do you think about
I will probably say through experience. Experience is the best teacher, man. I can't rephrase it anything else. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So it's things that I experienced on my way. People that I thought was the people that I need to connect with, and it wasn't
it?
the people that I wouldn't that God didn't want me to connect with because the
Hmm.
vibes and the energy is a little bit off. So it was just weeding out, just like how I did with my business. I weeded out. This is the best thing you could do. have an open mind and look yourself in the mirror. Take the good with the bad and throw out the bad and keep the good. You keep doing that, eventually you'll turn into something that you dreamed of. You could get to the places that you want to go, be who you want to be if you could do that concept. It was some things that I know I'm the type, I might put my hands on the pot or the stove and it's hot. Okay, well, I don't need to do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
Let me not do that again. Let me do something else. And that's just how I learn. I learn from experience. I hate that my mentor says most successful people are like that. They're hard headed. They have to learn on their own. So I can understand someone telling me, but when I see it for myself, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't do that. Let me try another way and add it to my life and add it to my business. And that's how you grow completely as a person, beyond business as a person in itself. So
That's great. That's great wisdom. Thanks for sharing that, Willie.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think it's like for me, it's like I get this feeling in the pit of my stomach, like, oh shit, I think I fucked that up. Like, it's like if I only like I burned my hand on like when brazing rod and I'm like, oh shit, I burned my finger. Like
Yeah.
that goes away in like 2 days. But when you get that feeling in your gut, like, oh shit, I think I screwed that up online, uh,
Yeah.
that stays there for a while. It doesn't go
Yeah. Yeah.
like that burn. That's it. Well, Willie, thanks for again joining us here on the Service MVP podcast. Any final thoughts you just want to share with the with your group or anybody who wants to join the group? Just to make this, just give it the clear endorsement. I highly recommend everybody go to HVAC is Life inside the Facebook platform and look up Willie. He will be there to tell you all of his experiences, good, bad, and ugly. Willie, what's your final thoughts that you want to share with your people?
I would probably say anybody that's watching it, just have an open mind. I know when I first started in HVAC, I didn't have that many people that I have now support system, but I had that one person. And if one person could believe in you, you can really make something of yourself. All it takes is one person believing in you to make something of yourself, and just be a student to the game. You can never stop learning. I don't care if you're a millionaire, trillionaire, billionaire, or zeronaire, you can never stop learning in this field. So never put a limitation on what you can and what you cannot do. And that's pretty much what I stand at right there on that one. Just never put a cap, or like how my mentor used to say, your ceiling is my floor. Never put a
Mm.
limitation on me on what I can and what I cannot do. So that's where I stand out on that one.
I love that philosophy. That's a great philosophy.
Yes, sir.
Willie, thanks again for joining us. Everybody, we'll see you on the next Service MVP podcast episode. Thank you, Willie. Appreciate you.
All right, Big Joe. Thank you.